God just showed me something very, very uh, exciting to me. Um, and the question was, the our praise team is in like a struggle where sometimes we do good, sometimes we do bad. It's inconsistent. And I was asking God, how do we build consistency? You know, where we consistently feel His presence, we consistently usher Him in, because it's either a hit or a flop, you know. And so what He showed me is He showed me that our praise team is no different from a stock. What do you mean? So in a stock, you have a contraction, or some people call it a range, and then you have an expansion or a breakout, you know. And what that looks like is you will have a period of time, either if it breaks out, it'll be moving, so it'll be like this, it'll be moving up or down, you know, and that's the expansion. Or if you had the contraction, then the stock wouldn't be moving at all. So what happens is there's no new information. That's the contraction. But the key here is to know that the contraction leads to the expansion, and vice versa. The expansion leads to the contraction, and they cycle. And so what you'll have is you'll have an expansion, and when it stops, you'll have a contraction or a range where price is not doing that much. It's not doing anything. Then you will have another expansion, and then so and so you have another contraction. And there's many different examples. You can have an expansion and a contraction sideways and a breakdown. You see what I'm saying? And so what He exposed to me is that you will have periods of your life or an area of your life that seems like it's in the range. For example, this is the praise team. It's in the range. Sometimes we do good, sometimes we do bad, sometimes we do good, sometimes we do bad, sometimes we do good, sometimes we do bad. And sometimes we get in an argument and we do worse and we break down. But God is so great, and His grace and His mercy endures forever, that He doesn't allow us to stay there. So he'll restore us back into the range, you know. Now this is the part that really shook my mind. It really made me think about it, because just like in this range where God sustained this breakdown, God is also trying to break out, which means He wants you to go deeper into what He's called us to be. So example, the praise team, we'll have an event, or we'll have a super consecrated time where God shows us how great we can really be. And what happens is this breakout is not sustained, and it turns into a false breakout. So what does that mean? That means it gets back inside the range and nothing happens. It get back inside the range. So the idea here is when you feel the momentum of the Holy Spirit and it's leading you into the breakout, this time here is crucial, because this is going to prove whether you're going to walk in freedom or the direction that God led you to, or if you're going to break down and say and be complacent. This is where the enemy's going to attack, because the enemy, he doesn't want you to live free. He doesn't want you to live free. And so he's going to do whatever he can. Your flesh is going to ramp up. He's going to plant seeds of doubt. He's going to bring up whatever he can to keep you inside the range. Because in the range, there's no freedom. There's no newness. But God is trying to do a new thing. So, this is where you need to lock in, the kids would say. You need to be praying and fasting. You need to be in prayer. Prayed up, they would say. You need to have your armor on. You need to be ready to move forward in God. Because God's trying to get you up here. And the only way you could do that is if you don't get complacent and step back inside your flesh. So you have a choice to break out or to break back into the range. And he showed me that for the praise team, we'll have like we just had a convocation, and we really locked in for the convocation. We had like 12 songs, and we sang really good, beautifully, in harmony together, very powerful. And we didn't continue that momentum. So what happened is we got right back inside the range. Now we're back to normal. We didn't maintain what the Holy Spirit was trying to do. You know? And so, but it's not just that in our lives. It's not just the offices that we serve in. This is anything. For example, if you're struggling with finances and you find yourself in the loop financially, you get money, you go, money leaves, you're living check to check, or as soon as you get some money, you have to pay a certain amount of bills. Well, what happens when God gives you a little extra? You know, is your flesh in control? Because your flesh is going to try to pull you right back inside the range. God is trying to do the new thing. He's trying to do the new thing. And I'm noticing our flesh, we feed our flesh way too much that it pulls us right back inside. You know? It really stirred up the gift inside of me. Because me personally, I'm in the season where I've been in the range for a long time. I've been in the range for a long time. You know? But what I'm noticing is as soon as God builds momentum and he start to break me out or show me a new thing, I deny it and get right back inside instead of continuing to do what he told me to do and make a trend. It's my fault.